Of course, he improved. He have more than 10 fights in the UFC right now. And the number one thing what he improved is experience. Now he have more experience in the UFC, in the hard fight. And I'm also grew up, take the belt. I have many hard fights. That's why I have more experience.
Absolutely, he's a tougher test than a grindy wrestler. Shavkat's phenomenal everywhere on the feet. He can grapple, he can wrestle, he can beat you on the feet with submissions, with strikes. He can beat you on the ground with submission and strikes. I just feel like it would have been a nice box to tick off, to go out there and show the world that I can shut down people's wrestling against that American style and then go forward and fight someone like himself. And I'm very excited to have this opportunity.
Of course, we're all team about the hard work. That's why the sacrifice, that's why two guys, one night fight for the title. Because we're hard worker, we work more than everybody. That's why we're here today.
At UFC 330, the verbal sparring is getting as fierce as the combat, and the tension is rising. What will you do to celebrate if you win and take home both belts by the end of the night, Islam Makhachev?
If I have two belts,
Если у тебя будет два пояса в конце вечера, что ты делаешь, чтобы отпраздновать это?
well, maybe all of you guys can come to Dagestan and we celebrate together. For 2-3 years.
The tension that UFC fans had been waiting for was exactly what the recent press conference provided.
On a show, guys, I'm the best fighter in the world. That's why I have to show who I am this Saturday night. And I will show you, inshallah.
With intense fights, harsh predictions, and self-assured statements that set the stage for a potentially explosive situation, the UFC 330 press conference provided a preview of the intensity that awaits in the octagon. Naturally, Ian Garry and Islam Makhachev received the most attention. Despite having quite different fighting techniques and backgrounds, these two combatants had a great deal of confidence in one another.
Going. Every single one of you is talking about me. Every single one of you is here to see me.
The fact that neither boxer was prepared to make any psychological concessions made this news conference very fascinating. Arriving with a reputation as a dominant champion, Islam Makhachev was noted for his ability to subdue opponents with his exceptional control, constant pressure, suffocating grappling, and progressively powerful striking. Ian Garry into the public eye. Light. It may be a nightmare for Makhachev to carry the assurance of a fighter who truly believes in his size, timing, movement, distance control, and ability to remain calm under duress. The main point of contention was clear from the initial questions. Is Ian Garry able to maintain the battle where he wants it? Or will Islam eventually push him into roles where physical control and skill become paramount?
There's nothing he can do about it. And I'll talk to him, I'll dance in his face, I'll do whatever I want, because the truth is, when we get locked into that cage one day, he's never going to be able to deal with me. But the truth is, I have a target on my back. I have the ability to stand here and shoot shots at anyone I want, because this is my job, and they have the opportunity in return. So for me, when you attack people in my circle when they don't deserve it, that's out of line. And look,
when the topic of Islam's transition into a new division and the difficulty of handling a fighter like Garry came up, the press conference instantly got fascinating. On the way to the fight, you suffer a flat tire. Which fighter from the UFC would you call to come get you?
You know, when you... Как называется?
Flat tire.
Well, when the tire flat, you have to put something to put your car up, you know? And I need some big guy to hold my car. And maybe DC can hold my car, and I change the tires.
By forcing opponents to engage in combat, Islam has established his reputation. He searches for more than just takedowns. He gradually eliminates his opponent's choices by using pressure, positioning, clinch work, trips, body locks, and top control.
We're coming to Philly. We got Islam Makhachev and Ian Garry, and we got a great summer slated. So I'm looking forward to it.
UFC 330 in Philadelphia. That feels like a big. Is that announced? Is that known or no? Is that something that we just learned? I don't know if.
Yeah, we're coming back. This is the first time we're back in Philly since 2019, I think. I love going to Celtics games in Philly. The Philly fans are awesome, man. Every time I go in there and I got my Celtics shit on, the Philly fans are like, "You got some balls wearing that in here. UFC suck."
Garry, however, stands for a different kind of issue. He has weaponry that can make closing the distance incredibly risky due to his height, reach, mobility, and long-range fighting skills. Garry is aware that the fight could turn into a grappling match if he lets Islam walk him in the direction of the barrier. For this reason, Garry's defensive wrestling footwork has received a lot of attention. Every question on the matchup seemed to revolve around the same topic during the press conference: who is in charge of the octagon's geography? Garry has the ability to change the battle into a striking match if he controls the center and makes Islam traverse wide space.
Transplants and women for the most part. But the Ian Garry Islam fight, what exactly are you expecting from it? Ian's made a lot of headlines because he did a podcast and said, I guess, the opposite of what Josh Hokett said. He said women should run the world and stuff like that. But the fight itself, how much of a challenge do you think Ian is for Islam?
Yeah, I think it's a great fight, actually. If you look at what Ian Garry has been able to do, he frustrates people. His takedown defense has been excellent, and we'll see if he can stay on his feet with, obviously if he can stay off the ground, he poses a serious threat to Islam.
However, the entire battle might shift in a matter of seconds if Islam enters, joins his hands, and music starts chaining assaults. However, Islam seems unconcerned with the physical benefits under discussion. Rather, his self-assurance implied that he thinks his combat IQ and expertise will enable him to resolve whatever issues Garry poses. Islam has already faced elite strikers, and his success has frequently come from refusing to fight them on their terms, so that confidence is crucial. Islam's greatest weapon is his ability to make opponents react to the danger of a takedown, rather than standing at range and attempting to demonstrate that he is the superior striker. An opponent's striking stance may alter the instant they begin to fear being taken down. Opportunities start to emerge, and their movement can become predictable. Islam can then take advantage of his reluctance to clinch, attack the legs, put pressure on the cage, or just push his opponent back. The matchup with Garry is so intriguing because of this. Garry can't afford to overcommit to offensive since every botched combo could allow Islam to raise the stakes. However, if he gives Islam too much room and initiative, Makhachev could be able to set the pace, so he must also avoid becoming overly defensive. Next, confidence emerged as one of the main themes of the entire press conference. Ian Garry has never been afraid to have confidence in himself, and this occasion was no exception. He spoke with such assurance that it was clear he did not see himself as an underdog entering the world of a champion. Rather, he seemed to think that Islam was infiltrating his domain by taking on a larger, more experienced opponent who had spent years honing his own full skill set. In essence, Garry's message was that he is not dangerous just because of his size. His mobility, timing, accuracy, distance control, and capacity to force opponents to miss are all factors. He thinks the champion will ultimately start taking chances if he can keep Islam reaching, resetting, and chasing. Furthermore, There may be dire repercussions if a skilled fighter begins to take chances against a lengthy, precise hitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the welterweight championship of the world, introducing the challenger, the former undisputed lightweight champ, Islam Makhachev.
Thank you, babe.
Take on, champ. Hang on. Yes. It's a bit of a club. Yes. 154 and a half.
154
and a half, the official weight for Islam Makhachev.
Thank you, babe.
Take on, champ. Thank you.
171, the official weight for Ian Garry.
Thank you, babe.
Islam Makhachev taking on Ian Garry. Who've you both got in that fight?
Ooh, it's good question, bro. I like Ian. I think Ian. Mano, fugiu o nome dele.
Makhachev.
Não.
Ian Garry.
Ian Garry, yeah. I prefer Ian Garry. Ian Garry. I have a little problem finding my chin, yeah? Okay.
The bout is almost approaching, but before Ian Machado Guerreri and Islam Makhachev enter the octagon, each championship fighter must pass one more test. The official opinions.
I love Islam. Islam Makhachev said, I keep telling these guys that you cannot wrestle for 3 months and think that you're going to be able to compete with guys that have been wrestling their whole life. Guys like Khabib Nurmagomedov, myself, John Jones, Islam. With that being said, though, what is Ian Garry supposed to do? You can tell that he has a high level of respect for Ian Garry.
UFC 330 is set for Saturday, August 15th, 2026 at the Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia.
How much weight do you cut?
Today morning, my weight 180.
You're massive.
All fighters who fight 155, minimum they have 178, 177.
What do you get to when you're not in camp? And you're training every day?
I'm not that guy who eats everything, you know? I don't like the sugar. I don't drink cola like maybe 4 or 5 years.
Next is Coca-Cola with ice.
My weight maximum 182.
Featuring Islam Makhachev, the current UFC welterweight champion, defending his title against Ian Machado Guerreri, the top contender. The weigh-in is the final opportunity for both men to stand opposite one another before the cage door closes, even though the actual fight will decide who wins.
Champion of all time, now you are moving up to welterweight. Give us your thoughts on as a fighter and what tomorrow night means to you.
One day to my dream, to biggest fight in my life. I'm ready. Thank you all. See you tomorrow.
Good luck to you, sir. The challenger, ladies and gentlemen.
It is the culmination of months of training, weight loss, dieting, conditioning, and mental strain. Makhachev is the current welterweight champion going into this bout.
Awesome. What's up, my brother? Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. How you feeling?
We're in the big house.
Garry, who has already made a name for himself as one of the most formidable fighters of his time, shows in as the front-runner with the assurance of a warrior who thinks his size, range, mobility, and striking can cause issues that Makhachev has never encountered. The scale is one of the most significant stops of Fight Week, since the bout is officially a 5-round welterweight championship match.
I want to be just double champ. I just fighting like, you know, just for the win, you know. I don't do some things to finish because I understood I win every round and just want to take the second belt. But if this like regular fight, if like we fight second times, I see I can finish him like every round.
Moving up to welterweight has already altered the physical aspects of Makhachev's career. So the weigh-in involves more than just stepping onto a scale. He spent years establishing his championship history in the lightweight division, but he is no longer competing there. He is currently defending a championship in a more difficult division.
I want to walk around 87 kg. Fight week, I want to be like 83. Finally become a little bit big now. Very hard to gain weight. I use like creatine, protein, eat more. First time ever in my life. I use the creatine first supplement which I feel something's changing, you know. Recover very fast, gain weight.
in opposition to a challenger who inherently has a totally different physical profile. This implies that the ability to perform at welterweight, the weight loss, and the recuperation all become part of the narrative. Makhachev has already demonstrated that his skill set is transferable to the division, but the pressure during fight week is entirely different.
You cannot want to be champion with good arms. You have to do everything. And sometimes I don't understand, Some of the striking guy come to the gym and he still all days he did striking.
Yeah.
But you already have good striking. Go to wrestle. Spend hours in the single leg, double leg defense. I always give them advice. Hey, you already have the striking. Nobody take your striking.
Yeah.
But improve what you have weakness point.
See, that's why you're the pound for pound best fighter in the world.
Every hour counts. Every pound counts. And every choice made in the last phases of preparation can have an impact on what takes on inside the octagon. Therefore, the official weigh-in serves as the last public indication that he has finished the mission's initial phase. However, there is another man on the other side of that equation, and his path to the scale might be equally significant.
I just always tell, somebody, like people, like fighters can beat me, but who can beat me? Who training more than me? But I know nobody training more than me. That's why I have mentally I'm ready, physically I'm ready, and I can fight with anyone.
Ion Machado Guerrero faces a very different obstacle going into UFC 330. He has the chance to unseat one of the most successful boxers in the sport as the top contender. Gary's striking, his ability to control distance, his height and reach, and his self-assurance have all contributed to his reputation.
You don't see them. It is the highest level grappling. I can watch those as a tutorial, bro. And you know what I find funny, right? Like the people that go what are we going to do in the street to hold a guy?
These qualities become particularly crucial when facing Makhachev, because the champion's biggest strength is not just one tactic. Makhachev can pressure wrestle, control positions, attack submissions, and make opponents work non-stop. Instead of letting Makhachev set the tempo, Gary must force the champion to fight his fight. However, Gary must wait for the championship before any of that can take place. The public will be able to see all of those physical questions at the formal weigh-in. The face-off follows. The weigh-ins become more than just a mechanical necessity at this point. With cameras, reporters, trainers, officials, and thousands of spectators scrutinizing every move, two combatants who have spent weeks training to harm one another suddenly stand inches apart. They are not separated by a cage. No referee is present. A 5-minute round clock does not exist. Before the biggest bout of their careers, the champion and the challenger are just staring at one another.
First of all, what motivates me is if you step in the cage and you're not ready, so I'm gonna smash your face, That's why I have to be focused. I have to still training hard, and it's good for my health.
Of course.
If you step there and you're tired or not ready, somebody gonna go very hard for you when I was.
The message is clear to Makhachev. He's been here before. He is aware of what is in store for him and is aware of the strain of winning a title. Gary interprets the moment in a different way. He has been striving for this chance, and the title battle feels quite different when he stands across from the champion at the weigh-in. One of the main visual narratives leading up to this battle is the disparity in size. While Makhachev's reputation has been established on his ability to close space and transition striking exchanges into grappling scenarios, Gane is recognized for being an exceptionally tall and rangy welterweight.
I was dreaming to become UFC champion. After that, when I have most UFC title defending the lightweight, I want to be double champion. Now when I'm the double champion, I have 16 or 17 fight win streak with Anderson Silva. We have same, and I have to fight one more time to beat his win streak. Maybe something like this.
Fans will finally witness the two championship combatants standing directly across from one another without the distance of interviews or press conferences, which will make the weigh-in match very exciting. The psychological struggle conveys a different tale than the bodily aspects. Gary wants Makhachev to think he is uncatchable. Makhachev wants Gary to realize that if the champion can get his hands on him, height and reach don't really matter. The face-off is crucial because of that tension.